Hey everyone, Richard here with some more Just Cause performance testing, and this time we've rolled out the Uber cards, the GTX 980 Ti and the R9 Fury X. Now what you're seeing here is the game completely maxed and it's running at native 4K resolution on both cards. It's not often we can do that with a top tier title and maintain playable performance, but the results here are actually pretty decent. In fact, in terms of frame rates, we're actually seeing improved throughput compared to our budget cards running at 1080p on reduced settings. That's actually not bad, bearing in mind we're dealing with 4x rendering resolution here. Both Fury X and 980 Ti hand in playable frame rates. The averages are 38.2 FPS for the Nvidia card and 35.6 for the AMD. But lowest recorded performance levels are more indicative perhaps, 26 FPS for Fury X and 31 for 980 Ti. Yes, once again we're seeing the stuttering issue we see across the range of AMD cards with this title, which takes the form of bigger latency spikes that kick in during traversal and highly explosive gameplay. It doesn't feel quite so pronounced here, but that's because running at 4K produces generally lower performance. The situation ramps up in Nvidia's favour still further at 1440p. GTX 980 Ti takes a commanding lead, almost 20% in fact, at 70.4 FPS versus 59. It's the minimum frame rates that hit the Fury X hard though. We're looking at a minimum of 37 FPS versus a much more stable 55 on the 980 Ti. You'll note that the hitches and stutters found on other AMD cards are back with a vengeance here, and we suspect that this is because of generally higher frame rates at the lower resolution. Clearly there's some kind of CPU contention issue with the AMD driver. Running at 4K, frame rates are depressed as GPU becomes the major bottleneck, but at 1440p, CPU takes point, and there, with AMD, problems start to emerge. Once again, you'll note that it's explosions and physics that account for most of the performance dips, but also moving at speed across the open world can cause momentary hitches, and we suspect that background streaming of the environment may cause a rise in CPU load, which helps to cause the issue. Anyway, we'll leave you with more 1440p analysis, but in the meantime you can show your appreciation for our work with a simple press of the like button, and of course subscribing to Digital Foundry would make all of this hard work worthwhile. As always, thanks for watching.